Okay, everyone, I am back. I am stoked on IFBB Bikini Pro, and today we're going to preview the 4 shows that are going on this weekend. So, we have World Monsterzym, which I think only has 2 bikini competitors in it. Yeah, 2. And then we have, I think this is Tsunami Nutrition. Yeah, Tsunami Nutrition. And then we have Battle of West Georgia, which is a natural pro show, which I think has 4 people. Yeah, 4. And then we have Daytona. So I'm excited. My face is bone dry because of the door to my bedroom is locked. Do you think it's because my boyfriend's cheating on me? I just got home and it's locked. What do you think about that? I have a bone to pick with him when he wakes up. It couldn't be that the person organizing our house is here, so he's taking a nap and he didn't want her to come in. Couldn't be that. Maybe they're in there together. So let's go over this. Okay, so let's start with Daytona. So the names that pop out on this list are Lauren Adams. Caitlin Bell pops out to me, but largely because I just remember when Caitlin went pro. And she is natural and has a lot of like very beautiful muscle. So I have been following along with her. And so this is going to be her pro debut. Good luck to her. I'm very excited. Her back pose is crazy. There are some things that I was just with her posing. I don't know that she's going to be in this talk for top like 5 or 10, but I do want to talk about her physique because it's really good. So what I would do to this posing is straighten the arms a little bit so we get more taper into the waist. The angle of everything is good, but if they were just straightened a little bit, that would really add to her shape. She could also maybe have her legs not so wide. She looks like a pretty wide stance, like too wide to where the bottom of the hourglass is not the same width as the top. But really, really incredible glutes. This fullness looks beautiful, and I imagine she's flat right now because she's getting ready for a show. And then in her front pose, I think the reason she's posing like this in both of them is because she's so tall. So she's more up and down. She has just more muscle to put on. So I would, it looks like she's cocking her hips too far back. I think arch is good. I think a little bit of an arch is good. But I would stand up just a little bit taller and bring this leg more like right here, just so she doesn't look like she's tipping forward. But I'm very excited to see her on stage. So huge luck to Caitlin. So she stands out to me on the list. But the people who stand out for this like top 5, top 10 are Lauren, Yulia, Jordan Brannon, Hope Castelli, Taylor Crowell, Brittany Hamilton, Adair, Zofia Molnar, Nade, Sarah Punzetti, Carrie Sexton, and yeah, those are the main ones. So Jordan, you can watch my recap of what I thought she looked like here. Spoiler, I think she looked perfect here. I would bring the same look and just try to get her second win and then be qualified for the Olympia and just relax. That's what I would do, and I think that's what her plan is. The past few years, she's done like the first show after the cutoff or the first show of the new qualification period and won it and qualified for the following year, so she can just like chill. So I think if she brings this exact look, then she is very likely to win the show. Adair, I just talked about her too. So what I said is that I would always like her to stand up taller in her front pose so the shoulder is in line with the glute. And I think her back pose is really good. I think she just needs to be a little bit tighter in the back right now so we see more definition in the hamstring, and maybe she angles her toes less in the back pose so the quad doesn't overtake it. There wasn't a fully posed back pose at that show. Taylor Crowell, I think she always brings a really good look. I think the makeup just needs to be more glam, and that's it. Just keep bringing the same look and see how she fares. I think she and Jordan will compare really well to each other. They look like they're similar heights, and they do have similar fullness. I think what Taylor could do is bring her shoulders back a little bit so we see the cap to her delts, straighten her arms so she doesn't look so wide up top, and then she would have a much better balance from top to bottom. And I think I could see her as high as second place, if not winning, but as high as second place. And Jordan, Adair, and Taylor are all going to the Olympia in a few weeks. Brittany Hamilton, I think it will be tougher to win this show, but I could see her being in a top 5. We'll keep looking at some other people. Maybe not top 5, but top 10. I would just want her to soften this arm, and I think the biggest opportunity is more upper outer glute here and softening up the arm. And then Nade, it's going to be a mystery as to what front pose side she chooses. Whatever she does, I want her to open up her hips a little bit and keep her upper body kind of where it is. Well, upper body, the shoulders to be level. This one is sloping down. She's been changing up the side she does her front pose on. So that's what I mean when I say I don't know what she will choose. But if she keeps it like this, if she keeps this side, I would level the shoulders so she's not tipping over. I think it's probably a mobility thing. I would add a little more openness to her hips so we see more of the front of her suit bottom so she's not so profile in the waist, because that's kind of what's making her look up and down. So yeah, open up a little bit, and then you would see that beautiful lat that she has. She has like a ton of awesome shape here, and she has a tiny waist. So if she opened up her hips a little bit, she would get more of that like S curvy hourglassy shape. And yeah, her knee is also drifted back. So I would angle her knee more at the judges, more at me. And I think that would give her way better shape. So hopefully she brings something like that. Her back pose is killer. The only thing I would change is bringing her hands in so I see none of her wrist or hand. So bring her hands in closer on the legs. And I think her back pose is totally there. Her back pose is perfect. I think once she nails her front pose, then she will just be on a tear winning shows all the time. Carrie Sexton, she just got 4th at Sasquatch. So same feedback I said there, which is I always want her to bring a more vibrant suit. Her waist looked incredible. I think she just looked a little too hard up top. So if she can soften just a little bit without her waist distending, then I think that's the look for her. In the back, I think everything is spot on. The fullness in the glutes is incredible, and the full hamstring, like, she looks phenomenal. Long term, it's just building, I think, her triceps a little bit more, and then I think she has a much more complete physique. Then we have Zofia Molnar. She got 4th place at Battle of the Bodies. There is just something off about this front pose for me. So same things I said, a little bend in the knee because we're getting a lot of gapping here and I don't see as much shape to the leg as I think we could if she straightened her leg. Added a little bend to her leg to where it looked like just not hyperextended. Straighten the arm so it's not sticking out, and then maybe open up the upper body a little bit. There's just something missing here for me. And straighten the arm and almost bring the hand behind the glute a little bit so that the shoulder, you want the shoulder to taper down into the elbow, but it's like so in your face that I'm finding it distracting, especially because that's the most impressive muscle she has on her physique. So how much more developed that is standing out to me in a negative way because we aren't seeing that mirrored in the lower body. In her back pose, I think that we need more glute density. We can't really get that by the time the Olympia comes. And she has so much mobility in her low back. Maybe she could even arch a little bit less because I think we're losing some of her upper outer glute there. And I think she could straighten her arms so she's not so wide up top and then more narrow on bottom. I think it would just give a much more balanced look. And then if she arched less, the hair probably would be less of an issue because right now it's almost touching her glutes. But I think if she arched a little bit less, then you would have more of a gap with the hair. And then we have, And then we have Sarah Panzetti. So she also competed at Battle of the Bodies and she got 8th. She's Olympia qualified as well. What does she need to do? Like, why do I think she got 8th? I think she just is not as muscular as the other competitors. Yeah, I think just more upper outer glute in the front pose and in the back pose. That's what I'm seeing here. Because her shape is phenomenal. Once she just fills out her frame a little bit more, I think she could be doing really well in any show she enters into. When she competes overseas, she typically gets like a top 5 situation. So I would love to see that start happening when she comes here to the U.S. Not the U.S. is superior, but we just have more of the people who are higher up at the Olympia. And then we have Yulia. So she got 6th at Battle of the Bodies. So she was just outside of the top 5. I love the makeup. The hair I also love. I don't know if the judges love the half up, half down though. I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, I like it. I don't know. Who knows if that's really an issue. I think the issue with her is the waist just doesn't look as tight as the other competitors. I know she has to push a lot of food to get the fullness, and the fullness looks on point. She looks stunning. I could have seen her taking Zofia's spot at Battle of the Bodies. Who was in 5th at Battle of the Bodies? Let me pull that up. after I pull up her back pose. So based on back pose, I would have had her, or based on for and back, I would have had her in top 5. I think this back pose is perfect. I wouldn't change absolutely anything. She's doing with the upper body what I've been saying I want the people who are too wide up top to do with their elbows pointing out. Like, she's doing the exact back pose I would want. This is perfect. So I think the waist just wasn't tight enough. She's really full. I don't think she's overly full at all. I'm really loving that look. Sophia Taylor. Yeah, I mean, I could have seen Taylor moving up and Sophia being in that 6th place spot. So Taylor and Yulia moving up and Sophia being in 6th. No hate, Sophia. And then we have Lauren Adams. So she hasn't competed since last year. And when she did, not last year. It was 2 years ago at Daytona, or Southern Muscle. Yeah, okay. She got 10th at Southern Muscle. I thought she got higher. Okay, maybe she's not as much fun to look out for. But you look at her physique and it's very impressive. I think bringing the shoulders down a little bit, which maybe she's been able to do in the meantime. And I think I even pulled up a video of her. Okay, back pose. Back pose is good. So bring the glutes up and shoulders down a little bit, and then she might make it into that top. Let's see. So this is the... Okay, so the shoulders are a little bit overpowering. This editing is crazy. I love this video. Yeah, this is extreme. I love this editing. I had a client. Okay, the glutes definitely look bigger. And then it's over. I had a client when I was a personal trainer in Kansas City, and she would send me just the most basic videos, just a lunge, but she would put effects like this. And she would choose a soundtrack for it that was just like so over the top and hilarious. And it got her to send me her workout videos consistently because it would just also make her laugh. So, I mean, I love that. So yeah, I think she's looking great. The shoulder might be a little extreme. I would probably bring the arm in closer to the glute because it's a little bit far away here. So yeah, I don't know if that shoulder is going to fly, but she brought the glutes up for sure. So she's in better balance, even though the shoulders don't look like they've sized down really. I can't get over that editing. I forgot how hilarious it was. Until I saw it again. So yeah, I think we should watch out for Lauren. And then Hope. So Hope, once she got in more competitive lineups this year, she dropped down to 10th. And I think even though she looks great, I think it makes sense. She just doesn't have as complete of a look as some of the other competitors, especially she's going up against like 6 Olympians, you know? So her, same feedback I've had. I think it's the right move to cover up the shoulder because she's so tight there. Just needs bigger glutes. And yeah, but definitely we will keep our eye on her. So, okay, what are my predictions for this show? Okay, so what show is it? What show is this? I guess I could just look instead of trying to guess. But I kind of wanted to test myself. I stopped smoking weed a couple weeks ago. So I'm like, how's my memory doing? Okay. Daytona. Okay. So I think it will be Jordan. Okay, Jordan. And then I really would love to see Taylor win. Okay. Jordan, and then if Taylor could fix her posing, I think it's Taylor. I think she's more balanced. But Adair has better density. I don't know about Brittany. Nade, I could always see Nade winning a show if she just worked some of that stuff out. Sophia, I'm going to put at the end because I just don't think she has as much size. Sarah, I'm going to get rid of there. And then who was I just looking at here in this step? Oh, Yulia. Yeah, for sure. White X again. For sure, Yulia. Okay, I don't know about Lauren. I'm just gonna do top 5. Lauren's very muscular, so I could definitely see her in this call out because these are some muscular people. Okay, Taylor, let me go her front pose. Because her back pose was just out of control. With the way she was doing it at this last show. This is much better. Yeah, I'm going to say Taylor, and I would love to see Taylor win, too. Okay, I'm going to say Taylor, because if I have Jordan placing at the Olympia, then there's no way I have Taylor beating her at the show. I mean, it's always dependent on who shows up, who you're compared against, but yeah, Adair in 3rd. And then I'll say Nade, even though Nade, she could win any show once she gets this front pose sorted out. Okay, Brittany, Carrie, Yulia. I'm going to say, oh, okay, Nide, Yulia. And then I'm going to say, I will just add in someone else. I'll say Carrie. And then Lauren. But Brittany could be there. I don't know, man. Okay, I'm just going to do top 5. So, Jordan, Taylor, Adair, Nade, Yulia. Those are my guesses. Okay. And now let's get into, okay, West Georgia. We have, let me do the bigger shows first. Tsunami. Okay, Tsunami is bigger. So for Tsunami, we have what is her name? Jess Feeney coming back. Okay, so for this show, Patrizia qualified for this Olympia a week before the end of the qualification date. I think her conditioning is totally spot on. I think Patrizia is going to win again. So let's see if this will load. You know what? Maybe the NPC website has crashed because everyone was watching my Olympia prediction video, and now it's just impossible. It's impossible for these photos to pull up. Okay, they actually might end up not pulling up. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we're in the same spot. Okay, here we go. I'm going to say Patrizia. Her balance looks really good. I think she needs more muscle in her glute. The front pose, it looks pretty good. It's just overshadowed by her shoulder. And then in her back pose, I think more upper outer glute. But I still think she'll win. Okay, then we have Rania, Anna Setlak. Anna Setlak could win, definitely. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it is Anna. She is just more on the muscular side. So she's been in a lot of those like 2-3 positions. She needs more upper outer glute too. If her legs don't look super undersized compared to her glutes, I just think it's pretty extreme. Yeah, she needs to bring up her legs to match her glutes or bring down her glutes. Then we have Rania. I think she'll be in the top 4. We have a pro debut here, Sarah. And then we have, Lauren Bell. I think this is another pro debut. Yeah, she went pro with the show last year. Really great look. So some of these pro debuts I think could do something at this show. Okay, this is what she looked like in her poses. Yeah, this is a really beautiful look. If Anna is too extreme, because this lineup doesn't look that extreme in muscularity, I might even say Lauren in second. Okay, I'm going to say Lauren in second for now. Okay, Rania, Jess Feeney. Jess Feeney started to fade towards the end of the year last year. It was a lot of like, she got a first place and she got a lot of seconds and sevenths. With her, I think she needs to bring up her glutes because they just look undersized compared to her legs. And there were some posing things she could do. Like she pinches her shoulders a lot, so opening that up, not letting her toes out so much. So I don't know quite where she will fall. Okay. And then we have Irene, who has done well. She's gotten a 7th place multiple times. And she has got 10th at Sasquatch, I think, right? Oh, this 2025. Yeah, 10th at Sasquatch. Okay. Let's look at her. So I think this is really good. I think she just needs to relax her posing a little bit. So bring the arm in tighter. Don't let it stick out so far. She's pushing her ribs out a lot. Add a tiny bit of bend to this knee. Bring that foot to land under her knee instead of over here. And then she would be a lot more balanced in her shape, in her hourglass shape. Her back pose looks really good. I wouldn't change anything with her back pose. Her back pose is really good. Okay, I might not have Patrizia winning. This is why I need to look at everyone I have pulled up before I do this. Okay, and then we have Violetta, who has gotten a 5th. She's gotten an 8th. Violetta has a really, really pretty look, very full. I could even see. Yeah, it's so hard to know. I wish I could see her in some different lighting. That show is always kind of interesting lighting. So if she brings something like this is a really good look. She needs to relax her arm, bring it in tighter to her glute. And let's look at her back pose. Okay, back pose. So she's bent over too much. It's shortening her torso, so it's also making her waist look super thick. So stand up nice and tall. Keep the arch, but stand up tall. Conditioning is really good. And then when she stands up taller, make sure those arms are straight instead of me being able to see wrists at all. And then don't squat into the pose as much and bring the stance in a little bit. It's just a little too far, but the conditioning is really good. Like if she's able to fix her pose, then I could see her like winning a show. But this is just very extreme. So if she hasn't changed it in those two shows, then I wonder if she's even aware. Because once she becomes aware of her pose, like the flaw in her pose, then I think she could probably win a show. But I'm hesitant to put her in the winning spot if she doesn't know how to pose, because that's kind of a waste of me using my winning spot. Okay, and then we have, who are you? Okay, Amelie. So yeah, this is gonna be her pro debut. I think she has great shape. She just needs more overall density. It looks like she has the confidence. She just went pro though, so she probably won't have enough muscle. But really, really, really great bikini shape. I had a back poses for her that I went, oh yeah, okay, it's over here. Okay. Clearly I am a little bit winded from doing my long video earlier. So yeah, she'll need more size, but really great bikini shape. It'll be interesting to see what she looks like when she puts on more size. So, okay, this is tough. I'm going to say Patricia's conditioning is really good. Violetta's conditioning is really good. I just wish it's been like a year since she competed. So I'm going to bank on hoping that she's a learn. Okay, let me see if she's posted on Instagram. Okay. And she's from Ukraine. Okay, rooting for her harder then. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this pose is better. What is this? So she should have kept this pose. That's better. Okay. Well, that was 2023, and then she posed like that in 2024. So, girl, we gotta adjust. Let's see. Okay. Nothing on her story. I think she could win if she fixed her pose. So I'm gonna say Violetta, even though history is not really helping me. Okay, Violetta. I'm gonna put Anna, because hopefully she's downsized her glutes a little bit. Patricia, Lauren. Okay, so I did them. Oh, Rania. I'm gonna put Rania, Lauren. I think Rania could even be second. Anna is gonna be a wild card for me. Yeah, she's a wild card. So I'm not confident in those guesses, but those are my guesses. Okay, and then we are going to do this 4-person show, which is a natural show. So I think, I just pulled up everyone. So, Georgia, let me write that down. Okay. So I think Michelle looks really, really, really good. So really full, great structure. I like the pink a lot on her. The makeup looks really good. And then in her back pose, I think her back pose looks good. She needs a little more depth to her glutes, but everyone in this lineup will probably be having a similar issue. So yeah, I think her shape and structure are really good. Let me also look at DC. Okay, let's see. I think I like this pose a little bit better. I like that little bit of an arch, and I would turn the waist away so we see less of the midsection, which actually I think, was she just doing that in the Battle of the Bodies photo? Let me double check. Okay. Yeah, she just needs to keep her core a little bit tighter, I think, but really, really beautiful look. And then I have Cassie. I think Cassie will probably win this show. I think Cassie has great hourglass shape. Why did Cassie correct to ladle? Okay. Cassie, great hourglass shape, super tight waist. The tan looks really smooth. So did Michelle's. Michelle's tan was unclockable. Back pose, I think she could arch her low back more and push her chest like just a little bit forward. And then angle her elbows more of the judges so we get a little more pop to the rear delts. Because I think she's a little imbalanced top to bottom with like the lack of depth we're seeing in the upper body in her back pose. And then we have Ina. Yeah, Ina is really good. Yeah. The suit cut, and she's from Ukraine, so shout out. The suit cut, I would like just a more flattering suit cut. The glute fullness is really nice. I would like a little bit more fullness in the shoulders, so I don't know if she could just pump more or what. She won the Arnold Amateur second place overall in 2022. Yeah, she just needs some more size to her shoulders. I think Cassie is a little more balanced, and so is Michelle, but she has really great glutes. So I'm gonna put Ina, and then I am going to put Ashley in my fourth place. It's just streamlining for her. So more glutes, get this elbow. That's perfect. The same thing on that side. Love the red on her. And yeah, she could do some things they're posing. Angle her hips away here so we see more of that glute profile. So those are my guesses for West Georgia. And then we have World of Monsterzym. Okay, so Monsterzym. Okay, so Alum won this show last year, I believe. Let me double check. She won she got third in the natural. Okay, she didn't win this. I thought she did. She won a show this year. Okay, natural AGP. So I'm excited to see her at the Ben Weider this year. So her shape is really, really beautiful. I think her lower just needs to be a little bit tighter. But the waist is tiny, the super full muscle bellies. I think she could drop her hand to her suit connector and then bring this arm in more, and don't point the finger, just relax the hand. Bring the hand in more to frame the glute. And then in her back pose, really, really good. You can see the glutes kind of touching though. It's just because she has a little extra body fat. She needs to get a little bit tighter, and long term, more shoulders. And then we have Gabrielle. So this is going to be her pro debut. Gabrielle has a really, really beautiful shape too. I think she just doesn't have as much muscle as Alum. So Alum's conditioning stands out more to me. Here's her back pose. Yeah, really killer back pose. I wouldn't change a thing. She just needs to be a little fuller. So maybe she can get a little fuller at the show. We'll see. So I have Alum and then Gabrielle. Let me know what you guys think. I'm excited for this weekend. What a big weekend, you guys. Let's see if Jordan gets her qualification. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.